Imagine a fighter jet that takes off by itself, flies at near supersonic speeds, carries a ton of weapons, and lands again, all without a pilot. This isn't science fiction. It's Kizilelma, Turkey's new jet-powered unmanned combat aircraft built by Baykar, the same company behind the famous Bayraktar TB2. The name Kizilelma means red apple, a mythical goal that can never truly be reached, symbolizing eternal ambition. In today's video, we'll explore what this drone really is, how it works, and what it could mean for the future of aerial warfare. Let's dive in. Baykar began working on the Kizilelma concept nearly a decade ago under a project called MIUS, short for Combat Unmanned Aircraft System. The idea was bold: create a jet-powered UCAV that could perform some of the missions currently done by manned fighters: interception, strike, and even air-to-air combat. After several years of design and simulation, the first prototype rolled out in 2022. Taxi tests happened in November 2022, and on December 14th that same year, Kizilelma made its maiden flight over Tekirdağ in northwest Turkey. Since then, Baykar has conducted dozens of flight tests, gradually pushing the drone's speed, altitude, and maneuver limits. At first glance, Kizilelma looks like a small stealth fighter. It uses a canard delta ring layout, similar to the Saab Gripen or the Eurofighter Typhoon, but scaled to an unmanned platform. The body is shaped to reduce radar reflections with internal weapon bays and flush air intakes. Baykar says it's designed to have a low radar cross-section, though the forward canards naturally make it less stealthy than a pure stealth jet. The airframe is mostly composite, and it has retractable landing gear for carrier and land operations alike. Visually, it's sleek, compact, and purpose-built for a new kind of air combat. Let's talk numbers, always the most asked question. According to Baykar's published data, cruising speed is around Mach 0.6. Top speed approaches Mach 0.9. Operational altitude reaches about 35,000 to 45,000 feet. And the combat radius is around 500 nautical miles, or roughly 900 kilometers. Endurance is reported at 4 to 5 hours, depending on payload and mission type. The maximum takeoff weight is roughly 8.5 tons, and the payload capacity is claimed to be around 1 to 1.5 tons of weapons. As of now, those figures are based on company information and flight test reporting. Independent verification will come later once the aircraft enters active service. Kizilelma is built in several planned variants, A, B, and C. The early prototype uses an Ukrainian AI-25 TLT turbofan, while future versions are expected to adopt the more powerful AI-322F engine with afterburner. Eventually, Baykar wants to field a twin-engine variant for higher thrust and better survivability. This progression mirrors how many jet fighters evolved from early single-engine to advanced twin-engine configurations. In tests, Kizilelma has already demonstrated smooth autonomous takeoffs and landings using these imported power plants. Inside, Kizilelma carries a full suite of modern avionics. Reports mention an AESA radar, an infrared search and track system, electro-optic cameras, and advanced data link antennas built into the airframe. It's designed for beyond line-of-sight control via satellite, but also has a high degree of onboard autonomy, allowing it to take off, navigate, and land without constant operator input. Baykar has also hinted at integrating electronic warfare sensors and missile warning systems, making Kizilelma capable of independent threat detection and avoidance. One of Kizilelma's most unique features is its ability to operate from short-deck naval ships, specifically Turkey's TCG Anadolu amphibious assault ship. Unlike aircraft carriers with catapults, Anadolu has a ski jump ramp. Kizilelma's reinforced landing gear and automatic landing software allow it to take off and recover on this deck without external assistance. This means Turkey could deploy strike-capable drones at sea, a major step towards a drone carrier concept. Kizilelma can carry both internal and external weapons. Internal bays help maintain stealth for surprise strikes, while underwing pylons allow heavier payloads when stealth isn't needed. Compatible munitions include the MAM-L and MAM-T smart micro-munitions, SOAM cruise missiles, air-to-air missiles, and potentially anti-ship weapons. In a loyal wingman role, Kizilelma could fly alongside manned fighters, extend their sensor reach, or perform high-risk attack runs without endangering a pilot. It can also act as a decoy, a recon platform, or even a networked node sharing target data with other drones and ground stations. Strategically, Kizilelma fits into Turkey's vision of defense independence. After years of restrictions on foreign arms sales, Baykar and other Turkish firms have heavily invested in homegrown technologies. If Kizilelma succeeds, Turkey would join a very small group of nations developing jet-powered UCAVs, alongside projects like the American XQ-58 Valkyrie, the Russian Okonek, and China's GJ-11. Beyond national pride, this system could change the economics of air power, offering fighter-like capabilities at a fraction of the cost and without risking human pilots. Of course, there are challenges. The aircraft still depends on Ukrainian-made engines, supply of which can fluctuate. Its stealth level is limited compared to fifth-generation fighters, and real-world combat data is still non-existent. All we have so far are test flights and demonstrations. Baykar's claims are ambitious, but only sustained operations will reveal how capable Kizilelma really is. What's next? Baykar has announced armed flight trials and serial production targets for the mid-2020s. If the tests succeed, we could see the world's first operational carrier-based jet drone entering service before the end of the decade. Whether it redefines air combat or remains a national tech symbol, Kizilelma has already pushed Turkey into the front line of unmanned aviation. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and tell us, do you think unmanned fighters will replace pilots in the sky?